camera. I think, except that I need a shave. Everything is okay as per my appearance. All right. Today is February 1, and it is 1:30 in the afternoon here in the Philippines. So what's up? February is National Arts Month here in the Philippines. Okay, the question now is TikTok a kind of a mind control mechanism or device, right? Is TikTok mind control? So that is our focal topic for this session. But first, let me show you some things here that. Hi there, Manay Anne Marie. Anne Marie, Yahoo. Okay, thanks for the tamsak. I just had this done, and it's done now. It's finished. This is a vintage Bicol blade, Sinagangan Minasbad Pinaldus profile with bronze handguard. So this is one of my favorite research finds. It has bronze handguard. After World War II, Bicol blades that are of the Sinagangan Minasbad descent or profile started to have bronze handguards. So I still have to attach the cow's hair. It's supposed to be here, and the kamba as well. I still have to wrap the kamba here and with the cow's hair right here. As you see, this is an old blade, vintage, and it will join this one, which is also a Sinagangan Minasbad, also with bronze handguard. So it's a thing of beauty, blade culture, Bicol blade culture. So we're not being violent here or whatever. This is something we can use as kind of a historical artifact, kind of representative of our culture, art, etc. Um, Going back, is TikTok a kind of a mind control device? But first, by the way, Jason here for the Hagbayon channel. This small YouTube channel is devoted to current events, literature, rock music, martial arts, blade culture, the outdoors, prepping, and survivalism. Is TikTok mind control? Uh, I've been reading articles and I've been seeing on my news feed in my various social media sites about the so-called behavioral tics being observed among teenagers by psychologists and scientists. And ang alam ko lang tawag sa mga itak sundang in Minasbad as I'm hearing it from Papa and mga uncles ko. I see Manay Anne Marie. Yeah, those are the kumbaga main names, generic names for uh, the blades, the bolos. But if we go deeper and we research more on blade culture from various places here in the Philippines, we will learn the different names of bolos, knives, etc. So it's also nice to research. Yeah, going back, is TikTok mind control. As we said, scientists, psychologists have been observing some kind of behavioral tic. You know? Uh, what are tics? tics are, sudden bodily movements, uh, that, jerking movements. Okay, movements that surprise both the people who are watching the person do it, and also the person who's doing it is also apparently surprised by it, and also uh, is actually unable to control it. And some scientists and uh, psychologists have been observing that, especially during the pandemic, during the rise of the COVID-19 issue since 2020, teenagers have been exhibiting, behavioral tics, and sometimes they would utter words such as beans, beans, some words that they actually hear from TikTok. Um, First thing, is addiction to a tool. Hi there, Miss Vanessa Vargas. Vlogs, I actually was in attendance during your live stream last night. Okay, thanks for dropping by. Um, is it addiction to a tool? Okay, let's go back. Is it addiction to a tool, or it is a case of the tool becoming the master? So usually we believe, or we consider the internet and the various apps as tools. Thanks po sa support kagabi from Vanessa Vargas Vlogs. No problem. And also thank you. Okay. Before, during the pre-computer age, everything was sort of manual. Okay, manual. Um, to go to places, we used to just walk, run. Okay, later on, we developed various vehicles. And now, with the advent of the internet and Wi-Fi and devices and gadgets, you can be uh, two places at the same time. You can actually be in a particular place while you are in another place. You're attending a meeting here while you are here in another place. So um, now you can travel without actually traveling. Okay, as per education also, or pedagogy. Before, we used to just learn from our elders, okay, and also from our environment, from experience. And later on, humans started to learn from the academy. Later on, after computer age, after the age of Wi-Fi, gadgets, etc., everything is every information is available. You know, Bad information, good information, useful and useless. They're all within reach. Okay, within reach of adults and minors, children as well. Okay, and before, as per performances, for example, if you are a musician or an artist, uh, we used to just have live performances. Okay, live performances. For example, there's this member of the indigenous people just performing theater or poetry or dance or ritual live, in front of his tribesmen or members of the tribe. But later on, what happened? There was radio, there was TV, okay, live performances, but somewhat remote. And later on, there's now the internet, there's gadgets, Wi-Fi, and live streaming. So uh, people across the globe can actually watch you perform. So, which is actually advantageous during the pandemic, because of the need for social distancing. We could not do live performances. As per commerce, before we used to transact face to face, actual. We used money, currency, but later on, when technology got developed, we now have electronic economy. We now have online selling. We now have cryptocurrency and the likes. As per relationships, between people, it used to be, personal and proximate. You know, you develop friendship with people who are with you or you come across with. That was the case before. Tribesmen would develop kinship among fellow tribesmen and with other members of the tribe or of other people who are not members of the tribe. But now relationships started to be virtual, and there's even LDR uh, via Facebook, and also via messaging, and via TikTok or YouTube. And later on, there will be the eyeball. Actually, it started with the cell phone, with text. Before it was pen pal, and then phone pal, and then later on text mates, and then email group, etc. And then later on message boards, and then uh, came messaging. Using the use of messenger, etc., etc. So that's how it grew. So computers, okay, from computers, and we developed gadgets such as mobile phones, smartphones, and then of course the internet, Wi-Fi, wireless technology, and there was convergence, convergence of the various media. Okay, with the convergence, there was a sort of impairment of the self. Hi, Manoy, Alex. Thanks for dropping by. There was a sort of impairment of the self in other dialectics. The self in other dialectics, it got impaired. Why? Because when we deal with the internet, with the technology, using our devices and mobile phones, etc., ourselves get lost. So we lose the self. Okay, we lose the self vis-a-vis the manifold and billions of million and billions of information uh, going our way. We lose ourselves, and we lose our focus, and our attention span would diminish. Hi there, Ron and Vlogs. So I still have to check your vlogs. uh, I hope to check your vlogs also later. Thanks for dropping by. As I was saying, we would lose our attention span or focus. New friend po. Thank you, new friend here as well, Miss Roanne Vlogs. Okay, and when we are at a loss, when we lose ourselves, we lose our focus, our attention span. We are also very much open to suggestion and control. Hi there, Madam Hinupa channel. Okay, uh, as we said, the self and other dialectics become impaired, and with the overload of information, we lose ourselves, our focus, our attention, and we become open to auto-suggestion and control. More importantly, that the devices that we use, particularly the mobile phone, is so full of life and very, very accessible. It's very, very accessible. It's just a small thing, and it's very much unlike the personal computer that you have to turn on just to use, or the laptop that you have to turn on just to use. Cell phone, you can have it with you almost all the time. You're in bed, it's so easy to access. It's almost always uh, with you. Okay, and talking about all these developments in technology and in devices, came uh, TikTok. You know, TikTok was the exclamation point, at least for the moment. The TikTok became the exclamation point of all this technological development when it comes to social media and the information highway. Okay, why? Because it's compact. Okay, it's compact. Before we used to have TV, radio, we would have schedules just to watch TV shows, schedules just to listen to radio shows, schedules just to watch movies or concerts, live concerts, etc. But with TikTok, etc., with the internet, with the social media, with YouTube, etc., you can have your own schedule. There are live streams, but live streams can be saved and uploaded and published, and later on, watched by the audience real time, or by the audience at their most convenient time. So as we said, there came the PC, the laptop, and the tablets, and the later on the phones, mobile phones that are so very much accessible. Okay, so that's what I noticed, and the various operating systems as well got developed. We have the PC with the Apple, with the Microsoft, the Linux. We have Linux, and then the apps came. We have Microsoft Office, and then of course with the internet and with Wi-Fi, so many apps followed, um, and we had the search engines like Google, etc., the websites, the blogs, blogs, the blogs. But before that, the email, we had message groups, we had uh, uh, message boards, websites, okay, like uh, I'm trying to recall the message board that I was in. I think it was Pinoy Central, okay, and Manila Tonight. Okay, message boards, and then came the blogs, blogs. So a web blog, so to speak, and came the vlogs, vlogs, YouTube vlogs, okay, and also social media, Facebook, and of course TikTok. TikTok. TikTok changed the landscape, as we said, because as we said, it's the exclamation point of all uh, apps. It's compact, it's short, it's always with you, and uh, there's with the increase in input comes decrease in attention span and critical thinking. Okay, uh, critical thinking. It's very very effective if you know how to use it. If you know how to uh, schedule your if you know how to budget your time and use TikTok. But it's also very very addictive. As we said earlier, we talked about as we said, TikTok is very very effective, so we can use it to our advantage or disadvantage. um, it's very compact, it's very short, in your face, bam, it's there, the information is there. uh, you follow a particular routine, a dance routine, and you dance on it, or a particular script, and you're there, and then you become one with the video, and it's short, people get to digest it so fast. But then again, you can watch it for a few seconds only, and you can watch so many TikTok videos, and what, you get overload, and with overload or increase in input, expectedly there's decrease in attention span, and of course decrease in critical thinking. That's the psychology of it. And with that, what will happen, you will become open to suggestion, open to auto suggestion and mind control. And what do we do about it? We detox. Okay, we detox, and we go, away from the internet for a while. And I would usually suggest that, go off grid and turn off the Wi-Fi, and go to the province or go to the countryside, go camping, hiking, cycling, and go mountaineering, etc. And turn off your Wi-Fi. Okay, detox, because as we said, scientists and psychologists have been noticing some behavioral changes among the young people, teenagers who are users of Facebook, and they are quite alarmed by it. More especially that TikTok targets very young, the very young audiences, or it targets the 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 youngest of the population. Okay, so and we must treat it as a tool and not as our master. Like what we're doing here on YouTube. YouTube is an effective tool, but it's also very addictive. So there, we really have to schedule our use of YouTube or our use of Facebook and social media, so that we don't get overwhelmed, because as we said, uh, this did not happen overnight. It's something that happened gradually and slowly. Okay, starting with all the or addictions we had with television, and with movies, and with telebabad and all that, and now TikTok and all the behavioral changes that's happening. Anyway, well, host, paano makatulog? Um, um, One technique in developing sleep pattern is actually just don't, inom ka ng isang boteng alak. So, Madam Anne-Marie. Don't struggle against your body clock. One technique is sleeping at 2 a.m. even if, for example, you're already sleepy. Don't sleep yet. Sleep at 2 a.m. and then wake up at 5 a.m. 3 hours sleep. Do that for, say, 5 days, 4 days, and then you'll notice that your body clock will what? Will adjust. Will adjust. Sleep at 2 a.m., wake up at 5 a.m., and your body clock will adjust to the, you know, to the proper circadian rhythm. We need to be asleep at 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. because that's the time when our body what? That's the time when our body repairs itself. Hormones, hormonal repairs, physical repairs, chemical repairs, so that we are upbeat, and we are isang tagay nga manay Anne-Marie. Hindi ko mainot sa pait sa bote pa kaya. The thing with alcohol is that when you drink alcohol, you think you're sleepy, but actually you are not, because your sleep will not be so deep, and you'll wake up in the middle of the night with a full bladder, and that won't be good. You have to go to the restroom, so it's really not effective. One method that I also use is for example, I want to wake up very early. I go to bed at around 8 or 9, and I just stay there, and I don't do anything else. More especially, I don't 8 p.m. to 7:20 a.m. ang work ko. Walang katapos ang night shift. Madam Anne-Marie. I go to bed at 8 and then wake up at 4 or so, or 6. I don't do anything. I just stay in bed even if I'm not sleepy, and I I don't use my phone. I don't watch YouTube because of blue light. You know, the blue light will activate our body. You know, we get blue light from the sun, and when it gets to our bodies, we 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 will our body will think that it's daytime, so we'll be awake. So that's the effect of blue light coming from the cell phone. So it's better that we don't use cell phone at night. So you use the cell phone early during the day as scheduled, and then before bed don't use the phone anymore, so that it's easier for us to fall asleep. Opo, yung radiation too bad, sabi ni Madam Anne Marie's TV. Yeah, the radiation, and as we said, the so-called blue light, it affects us. It affects us so much that it tampers with our body clock, our so-called circadian rhythm, and it can even lead to various ailments, diabetes, because if our body clock gets tampered with, the way our body would digest sugar would also be affected. So it's very important to follow the correct uh, schedule as per our wake sleep pattern. So there, that's as per TikTok, because people are alarmed because they've been noticing that the kids or many of the teenagers are developing behavioral tics. They do this. They do this parang ganito, something like that, and they would utter beans. So beans. So Doc Hagbayon. We are here on YouTube. We What we do is we look for topics that are interesting, and we try to make our stay here on YouTube worthwhile. So we do our research, and we try to share what we learn from our research, and we try to come up with content that is positive and useful for other people, also for ourselves. Because I'm also addicted to the mobile phone. I think everyone is. Addict na kita. Okay po. There. I think it's related to. You're familiar with the last song syndrome, right? Last song syndrome. Uh, I think it's the same thing. So if you, for example, you watch a movie, you like it, and next thing you know, you're already what? You're already modeling the what the TV personality is doing. For example, you like this particular actor or actress. Next thing you know, you're starting to talk like him or her. Same with TikTok. If you try to follow a particular behavior or a dance or whatever from TikTok, and later on you'll be acting that way. Same with the songs. If you listen to a song and then the song gets into you, it gets stuck in your head, and you keep on repeating the lyrics or singing that particular song. It keeps on playing in your head like a loop. So it's like last song syndrome. So that's what's happening in TikTok as well. And according to the researchers, many of them are suffering behavioral tics and changes after much exposure or addiction to TikTok. uh, uh, Many of those people are actually people with anxiety and depression. But then again, we have to admit that even then, uh, TikTok appears to be a contributing factor. So anyway, that's all for our online tambayan for this afternoon. Thanks for joining me. I'm not using my StreamYard, so I cannot post your comments. Um, I will try to use my StreamYards later, so I can also invite people here to join me. We can we can share screen uh, next time. So thanks for joining me. I would love to read your comments, Sana. Uh, uh, Thanks for joining me, Madam Anne Marie. Yeah, Vanessa Vargas, Madam Hinupa Channel. We have Manoy and Noah Aleph Official, Ron Ann Vlogs, my new friend. I'll check your vlog as well and support your vlog. And yeah, that's it, Madam Anne Marie. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I hope to see you soon. I hope to uh, see you here on Facebook as well. And keep on vlogging. It's fun. It's therapeutic. And as for me, I just like to come up with nice content and not really expecting too much. That there'll be so many people will be watching my channel. Uh, just coming up with good content is enough. Okay, thanks for watching. Jason here for the Hagbayon Channel and TMS Talks. Remember, the pen is mightier with a sword. Thanks for watching.